Open the hatch or call them out? Well, it's probably bad to open the hatch, just like it was bad to look up in the first episode, but I'm gonna do it because calling them out, I don't feel like they'll come out, and I want to see what it is. I might not be going down, but there's no point in talking through closed doors, or hatches in this case. The thing refuses to budge at first until there's a soft click and it easily swings free. As I lift up the hatch and look down into the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. Hi everyone, this is Minty Foxu and welcome back to my channel. We are doing the letter again, another episode of the letter. I actually have no idea how long this game is. Anyway, yeah, so last where we left off is Zach came to our house, took photos. I don't know what's happened with Isabella. It's interesting. But yeah, let's get back to the game then. And somewhere along the way, as we talked and laughed, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing. He'll give me the strange look until I back off, and he'll go back to asking questions after I agree to do this little interview. And it's just odd. Well, no. Me being friendly isn't that odd. That is how I am. Zach. Zachary is one that's being odd. Why anyone else would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, looks almost flustered about it. He should be used to different personalities by now, having to deal with various people when he works. And if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind, but he's a big boy. He should be able to handle me, and all of it is a friendly touch here, a pretty smile there, and gently swaying of the hips as I move around. Zachary grew and grew more red every time he noticed. Am I being mean as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel? Perhaps. This went on during the interview, and beyond that, there's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Zachary and I are just being playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted. Could you maybe stop doing that?
Stop? Continue teasing, stop it. I'm not sure if I want to, though. Stop it.
I'll stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Sorry.
No, I should be the one apologizing. Why, you're a shy one, aren't you, big guy?
It's not that, but...
He gestures to his ring on my finger and lets the fact of the matter hang heavily between us. Oh, yeah, he doesn't want to get in trouble. Being told implicitly that I am too forward is not a common occurrence. I think I'm more stunned at the fact that he pointed it out rather than, well, being rejected. Not that anything is going to happen between us in the first place. It was just going to be some harmless flirting, right?
So, you've never had a girlfriend?
No. No boyfriend either. You know, just in case you were gonna ask for that one day.
And you haven't even had your first kiss?
Not a one, ma'am.
Do you want to have your first kiss today?
I can't help it. I really can't, and I'm going to apologize lots later. Surely by the catty smile on my face, it is obvious that I'm just pulling his leg. The laugh I failed to contain certainly gives it away, if it still isn't obvious. But still, he lights up in embarrassment, stammering and sputtering objections.
You're married, and this will be extremely unprofessional.
I never said I would kiss you, silly. Oh, Johans!
No, what? No. Don't call your butler. She's Hannah.
That would be for the better. I don't think his husband would appreciate it if I made him kiss another man. I do not think he can hear us from here either. But it is hard to think you're not taken, Zachary. Why, whoever becomes your girlfriend will be so lucky to have you. You can cook and take wonderful photographs, wonderful meals, and wonderful memories.
I can play guitar too.
You can? Oh my, wonderful serenades as well then. Perhaps I can find a young lady who deserves a fine, strapping young gentleman like yourself.
Let's not get carried away. Besides, I gotta be going. It's getting late and I got someplace else to be.
A shame. I will be expecting you again soon, I hope. For a copy of my photographs, yes?
Of course. I'll even deliver them personally. Just, you know, don't try to make me kiss your butler when I drop it.
As fate would have it, the very moment my words leave his mouth, Jonas comes out of the house. Judging by the slight raise of his eyebrow, he has only heard the tail end of the sentence.
There shall be no kissing of any butlers under this roof, Danke.
But you are not under a roof, are you, Hansi?
To my amusement, he takes a step back, safely placing himself at the threshold of the foyer and under the roof of the house. And just as ever, he is quick to return with a sardonic reply.
I am now. As I was saying, madam, it's about time for supper. Will I be needing to set an extra place at the table?
Oh, what? No, I was just leaving, actually. So, you have a good night, Hannah. And you too, Hansi.
It was nice to meet you, Zach, honey. You have a safe trip.
He nods and grin on his face as we say goodbyes is the sweetest that I have ever seen. I linger looking out for him with a relatively tiny bicycle backpack secured safely in a basket by the front and a suitcase hooked to the back. I watch as we went down the path to Anson Village until he's nothing more than a blip in the horizon. I cannot help the small smile on my face, and I go inside for supper. Entering the dining hall causes me so much confusion. It is dark. For a moment I thought the electric works is not up to par, but then clearly is not the case, as every other room is bright with artificial light. Finding the light switch is a monumental task considering the size of my unfamiliarity with the room. To make matters worse, the darkness grants the room a different atmosphere, eerie and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find the switch, something that would be rectified later on. My skin starts to prickle. My skin starts to prickle, not pickle. I said my skin starts to pickle. Okay, my skin starts to prickle, and there's a distinct feeling of being watched. It unsettles me, and only spurs me on in my search. And when I do open the lights, there is a hiss.
I'll turn the lights down, woman.
He's drunk. You can't be mean to me. There at the end of the hall is my beloved husband, with his face in one hand and a glass in the other. Perhaps I can let it go with only one glass of wine. However, I can feel myself go livid after seeing the toxic green liquid gleam mockily at me.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe? You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke. Are you actively trying to kill yourself? Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please. Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me. Helps with a hangover, dearest.
You drank? When?
This morning, love. Don't be mad. I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons. And maybe I had one too much. You don't see me whinging about you leaving me to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hannah, darling. What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you?
This guy is so mean. Zach, come back. I don't want to deal with this man. He's picking on me.
If we think about it that way, this discussion is about you. That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that. You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey. I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
I was with Zach. I was tending the gardens. What was it gonna be? Should I tell him the truth or tell him? Don't lie. I was with Zach.
I was talking with Zachary, the photographer for Luxury Living.
Don't ever lie about that shit, because then it seems like you're trying to hide something. Why would you hide something? It means you did something bad. So don't hide something, especially if you didn't do something bad. I have no reason to tell lies. It's not like I'm guilty of anything. But at Luke's expression turns, he makes me feel like I am actually to blame for something. He has a way of making me laid bare with just a look. That had me struck me when we met years ago.
That giant Negro.
Oh. What? I can't believe you fucking said that. Oh my god.
You were having a secret meeting behind my back and it was with him?
What are you implying?
I'm implying nothing. I'm just worried. You know better than to trust those media types, Buttercup.
He's so racist, my god.
He must have been really friendly to occupy your time like that. But all he's looking for is his next big headline.
He's a photographer for an interior design magazine.
Doesn't matter. You let one little thing slip, one wrong move, and it'll blow up in the telly in the morning. He'll go to his journalist friends to gossip and make a quick quid.
His eyes were the first thing I noticed about him. They were like nature, the grass and the trees, wonderful, breathtaking. Now, as I look at him, they're nothing like the shade of green as the bloody damn drink in his hand.
He was a perfect gentleman, Luke. I can't say the same for you as of recent.
Excuse me again? We're talking about you, Hannah.
No. I am pretty sure we were talking about you and your drinking problem, Luke, right?
Hangover forgotten during the course of his little spat, the man jumps up to his feet and seethes. It looks like he's barely stopping himself from throwing the nearest thing he can find.
Oh, it is not a problem. I can stop whenever I want. And even if it was, I think you can very well stay out of it, as it only affects my own kidneys or liver or whatever the bloody hell that shite pollutes. Whatever aftermath that occurs because of your little chit-chat with the Negro affects the both of us, however.
Look, Luke. Nothing will happen. You have to relax. It was just a friendly chat.
Well, now I think I'm getting jealous. Or I would be if it weren't for this damn headache.
Maybe you should drink more.
Maybe.
Supper is spent in silence, with nothing but the occasional sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served. Well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. A platter of native oysters for starters, and tranche of turbot with purple sprouting broccoli, lemon, capers, and anchovy sauce for mains. To finish it off, black tea and golden syrup sponge pudding with custard. But with our appetites are appeased and the plates are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight, and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in the lull of night, I sit in a house too big and too empty, foreign and unwelcoming. Even with its warm tone and homely decor, it feels cold. There is no need for tears, however. I know I can get through this like every other obstacle I have faced before. This is a minor setback in what I hope to be a long, happy life. To remind myself that this place is for Luke and for our future children fills me with a renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone is having a cry already. The wailing is far away and muffled, yet at the same time it shakes me to my very core as I hear it. As if the suffering is just standing right behind me or beside me. Hearing it sends a chill down my spine. It makes my skin prickle from goosebumps. Who is that? Oh, it's so sad. I'm so... Whatever happened to this ghost? It's so sad. Like, there's letters that say help me and stuff. There's obviously something bad happened to them. They're not evil. Like, listen to that. Curiosity sinks in as I follow the sorrowful sound into the kitchen and into the wine cellar hatch.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
I'm curious and concerned, but there is no way I'm going down into the dark and humid underground. I am not enthusiastic as Luke, who considers himself quite the connoisseur. However, I cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. If it's one of the household help, they will surely need some talking. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I've gone and found the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. As a professional, as our staff here, they are still human. More often than not, it was either Johannes or I who'd calm them down and who'd help them figure out how to go on about things. Unfortunately, I am not in high spirits right now, so I am not wholly benevolent. Open the hatch or call them out. Well, it's probably bad to open the hatch, just like it was bad to look up in the first episode, but I'm gonna do it, because calling them out, I don't feel like they'll come out, and I want to see what it is. I may not be going down, but there's no point in talking through closed doors, or hatches in this case. The thing refuses to budge at first until there's a soft click and it easily swings free. As I lift up the hatch and look down into the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. It isn't just a sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's super dark, I can't really see. It's suffocating. And as I look down, it feels as if I'm looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. I can hear whispering. Help me. Calling for me. She wants me. Needs me. She wants me to drown, pull me down, suffocate me in her embrace until I sink to the bottom. An abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. She calling me from in there, isn't she? And do I want to help? I do. But the shadows threaten to creep out, and a feeling of apprehension keeps me in place. Already in Prince, the room is darker and lighter. Darker and light. Therein, the lurking sensation and the feeling that follows after is hard to explain. It feels like I'm watching myself from the sidelines, a spectator to my action, or lack therefore. I will myself to snap out of it, this detached feeling to move, to do anything except stare at myself, and for a moment I see the look of fear in my own face. I'm back in my body, but the hook in my stomach is no longer the only one. There are hooks everywhere, tearing and pulling my skin, flesh and bones. They pull at me in every direction, and it hurts. It hurts so much, but I can't bring myself to scream out.
Help me.
Oh God. W. V. Oh God. I wake from a deep slumber. Okay guys, we're gonna cut the episode short today because I'm running out of sunlight and I have some other stuff to do. But yeah, that was, you know, a little tense and stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching this episode of The Letter. I can't wait for you guys to watch the next episode with me. It's getting really good. And yeah, so please, if you haven't already, check out the other videos on my channel. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you for watching. Love you, mañas. Minty Foxu, Papa years ago.
That giant Negro.
Oh. What? I can't believe you fucking said that. Oh my God.